Most people don't realize they're doing that one thing that will destroy their brand. And I'm talking about their personal brand. As you know, personal branding has been a big hype these days. And everybody and their mom wants to build a personal brand. And there's this one thing that will definitely destroy your personal brand if you continue doing it. This video is for you if you are 1, building a brand, 2, thinking about building a brand, or you're just very interested in brand building. Before we can talk about anything concerning personal brand, we need to go back in history to understand what branding actually is. Branding originated with the ancient Egyptian. And let's go to our timeline right now. I'm not actually going to make a timeline, but I'm just going to give you an idea. Around 2700 BC, the ancient Egyptians, as back in those days, people would have their cows, but occasionally from time to time, someone would steal your cattle. So in order to prevent the stealing of cattle, the Egyptians, as you know, those who built the pyramids were very smart. They took hot iron, and each farmer would come up with a symbol. Maybe in this case, let's use the infinity symbol. Oh, I'm terrible doing this. But they would use a symbol or create their own symbol, I should say. And they would hot iron, so put the iron in heat, in furnace, make it hot, and then they would burn their cattle. So now this cattle has the infinity sign. Then everyone could recognize this is that person's cattle. So if someone stole this cattle, everyone could see, hey, this actually belongs to that person. So the hot iron and that symbol, that became a way to recognize the cattle. It's a way of recognition and recognition of something. It was a way of recognition of ownership. Right? This was a very important act because fast forward to, centuries later, today, I believe there's still farmers who burn their cattle. I'm not saying it's good, but there's still those who do that. But one thing from this video, understand the origin of branding. It came from the word to burn. And this originated in ancient Egypt. So to burn your cattle, branding your cattle, marking your cattle is a way of showing ownership. Then what is that today? Are we burning, when we have a company, are we literally using hot iron and burning it? No, we're not, right? That way of doing things has evolved into also branding. So we call it branding. But it's not burning, it's creating an identity, a sense of ownership. So companies, they will create a logo, they'll create colors, they'll create values, right? This is all part of branding. This is all part of, as we say, your DNA. Then now that we understand branding, which meant to burn, what is personal branding? Personal branding has the word branding in it. And as we know, that is ownership, right? Now, what is personal branding? Personal branding is literally ownership of yourself. You've probably heard the term own it. What is engraved in every one of us? Something that we cannot change. That is our DNA. In the terms of us brand strategists, we call this your brand DNA. This is something that a company is, this is engraved in that company. In the same way, our DNA, our personal DNA, our brand DNA, that is who we are. These are quirks, these are our characteristics, the way we talk, the way we laugh, the color of our hair, just the way we are, that is our DNA. So our personal branding is something that we cannot change. Eventually, to simplify this all, let me take this away. To simplify this all, your personal branding, that is you. That is something that cannot be changed. That is something that should not be changed. So when people are talking about, I want to create a personal branding, if it doesn't have the elements of how you are, if you don't present yourself in that way, then it is not a personal brand. It's just a copy of somebody else. Okay? So that is number one. We've covered so far number one and number two. One, what is brand? Brand means to burn. The origin of brand, long time ago, 2700 BC, ancient Egyptians, they created that word. Fast forward to today, everybody's creating a personal brand. What is a personal brand? A personal brand is you. That is your DNA, your identity. So why does a personal brand matter? And this is the most important thing. A personal brand matters because it's the way people recognize you. It's the way people identify you. And it makes sense. Let me give you an example. There's a movie that I love. I love and hate at the same time because it's a very, very sad movie. You've probably seen it. The movie's called The Green Mile. If you've seen it, comment below. Let me know what you thought of this movie. Definitely comment below. Let me know if you like this video so far so I can continue making these types of videos. So The Green Mile, it's a movie that I love. You know, John Coffey, and it's very sad with Tom Hanks, and it's just a great movie overall. But there's one character in the movie, and I'll write down his name. In the movie, it's called Percy Jackson. And I believe his real name is Doug Hitchinson. I don't know how to write Hitchinson, but Doug H. And first of all, Doug is a tremendous actor because he took that role and he created such a character that you come to hate. Like, I watched that movie over and over again and the disgust that I have for that character. But the thing is, he did such a good job that when I see him in other movies and other films, to me, he is still that bastard. He's still that person, that evil human. And you can see my emotion coming up, that evil human in that movie. Doug is a tremendous actor and he was able to portray that character so well, portray that personal branding, that identity so well that for me, it carried on in other movies. So what am I trying to say here? Think of your favorite artist, actor, any person, right? Think of someone that you are very fond of. That person has their own characteristics. That person has their own way of doing. That person has their own identity. If you can't think of any, let me help you. Jim Carrey. When I say Jim Carrey, what do you think of? There are a couple of things that come to mind. For me, it's someone with a lot of energy. And another thing is humor, very funny, funny faces, just a very strong personality, I should say. Okay, if you don't know Jim Carrey, this is a name you should know. Oprah Winfrey. I'm sure you know both of them, but Oprah Winfrey, that is also someone with a very strong personal branding, someone with a very strong personality. When I think of Oprah, I think of a strong woman. I think of someone that is very warm, someone that's very protective, I think of Oprah like visiting my grandma, that kind of warmness, that cozy feeling, that is what I get. So your personal branding matters because it's the way people experience you. It's the way people feel you. It's the way people get a sense of your identity, a sense of who you are. It's that picture and that feeling that they get when they think of you. I just gave you two examples of Oprah and Jim Carrey. Without even telling what I feel about them, you have your own feeling. And comment below, let me know if you feel the same, right? So those are two strong personalities, two strong personal brands of people. Think of your influencer, someone who you follow on Instagram or on another social media platform. Without knowing that person, the things they post, the stories they share, you get a sense of who they are, right? It's the same. You have a personal brand whether you like it or not. Maybe you are watching this and you're like, well, I don't have a personal brand. Yes, you do. Ask your family members, your friends, how they experience you, and you'll be shocked by what they say. Maybe it's in line with what you think about yourself, and maybe it's not. You have a personal brand whether you like it or not. But a personal brand is there for us to shape it in a way that we want to be seen, we want to be felt, we want to be experienced. And it all starts with you. It all starts with the individual. I began this video by saying most people are doing that one thing that will destroy their brand. What is that one thing that people are doing that is destroying their brand? For better understanding, let's go back to Oprah and Jim Carrey. What if one day you are, able to meet Jim Carrey? You're fortunate to meet the person himself, Jim Carrey, and he's not funny at all. No kind of humor, no energy. He's just sitting there like a bag of potatoes. What if you met Jim Carrey like that? What would you think? Would you think that's Jim Carrey? No, right? You would think this is some kind of fake who looks like Jim Carrey. What if you meet Oprah and she's not very warm, she's not very welcoming, she's not that person that you think of like, okay, I'm visiting grandma. It's just some mean, bitter individual. Would you think that's Oprah? No, you would think that's someone who just looks like Oprah, and it's a fake. In saying this, what is the difference here? On the one side, you have Jim Carrey and Oprah. On the other side, you have fake. Whenever we are not in line with our own personal branding, whenever we're not in line with ourselves and we're acting or becoming like someone else, we're a fake or we are fraud. The one thing that people are doing today when it comes to personal branding, they are copying other brands. They're copying other influencers. They're copying other people. And what happens when you copy other people's brand? You actually take away that ownership, that, being yourself, that individual that you are. You're removing that and replacing it with something and someone that you're not. You're faking it. So you're breaking and destroying your personal brand. That one thing that people are doing and they don't know that is destroying their brand is faking. For example, say you're starting out something and you don't exactly know what to do. And to get some inspiration, you go over and you look at this person. Let us call this person Person A. This Person A has a large following. So this person has 100K followers. He's probably doing something right. But on this side, this is you with 0 followers. You have no followers whatsoever. What if you not only take inspiration, but you literally copy that person? When you copy that person, you're actually removing yourself. So it's no more yourself. You're becoming, or trying to become that person. So you become a copy of that person. Do you think that this can build a brand, a strong personal brand, a unique brand? No, of course not. You're just a copy of somebody else. In order not to be a copy of somebody else, the thing that we can do to build our brands strong, authentic as possible is just being ourselves. So in watching this video, I hope you understand more about the origin of personal brand, what a personal brand is, why it matters so much, and what is that one thing that you should not do. And if you do that, you're killing your personal brand. You should own your personal brand. But the thing is, most people do not do that. You know what they do instead? They listen to dumb advice, such as fake it till you make it. What do you think of that? Can you fake it until you make it? I don't think so. And in my next video, I'll tell you exactly why you cannot do that and why it is a terrible, terrible advice.